Hello everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make a calculator using Python. So this is how it will look like when we're finished. It will ask you to enter a number, let's say 8. Enter a operator, so let's say we want to multiply 8 multiplied by, let's say 9. And it will calculate and give you the output 72. Alright, so now we're going to write the code. I'm going to write it in the Python IDLE just to make it simple, but I suggest using PyCharm. Alright, so first we're going to define a variable called num1 and set it to the input of the user. And say enter a number. And then we can say num2 and set that to the input of the user. And again say enter another number. Alright. But for that, we want to define a variable called operator. This will allow us to see what operation we want to do, like, for example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or an exponential value. This is a basic calculator, of course. This is a simple Python tutorial. It is a beginner level tutorial, I would say, not even intermediate, so anybody with a basic knowledge of Python can achieve this. In fact, this was one of my first Python projects. Alright. So the operator we can set to the input of the user and say enter an operator. Alright, so now after those are defined, we can start the if and elif statements. First, we want to do addition. So if operator equals plus. Alright, then we can set a variable called sum. And I'm just going to use sum for the same thing called, like, instead of using product or quotient for multiplication and division, just to keep the tutorial simple for everybody. Alright, so sum will equal floats, just so we can have an exact value. And float num1 plus float num2. Which you can just copy paste and replace the 1, 2. And then we can have it print sum. So that would be your addition. Now we can do subtraction, which is the exact same thing. You could literally copy paste if you wanted to. Elif operator, oops, it has to be a capital, operator equals subtraction. Then we can say the same thing. I'm going to keep sum instead of difference to keep it simple. But if you would like to, you can change sum to difference and say print difference instead of print sum. And change that for every operation. But I'm going to keep it simple and keep it as sum. Alright, so then we can say sum equals float num1 minus float num2. Again, the float is just decimals, so we can have an exact value. And we can enter decimals. And then we can say print sum. Alright, did not mean to do that. Alright, now another elif. This is going to be the multiplication operator. So if operator equals, I'm going to set it as an asterisk. You can set it as an X if you would like, but I feel an asterisk is a better option. Alright, so we're going to say sum equals float num1 times float num2. And the reason I say asterisk is better is because Python takes the asterisk as a multiplication symbol. So it would be better represented by an asterisk. And then we can again print sum. Like I said, this is an extremely simple project, and it is a beginner level project. So you can easily achieve this project if you have a basic knowledge of Python. So after that, we can replace this with a division symbol and say num1 divided by num2. And then again, print the sum. Or if you would like, you can change it to quotient. But if you're going to change it to quotient, remember to replace it here and here. Alright, again, Aleph. And then this is where the exponential value comes in. Instead of 1, we are going to have 2 asterisks and say float num1 raised to float num2. And then print the sum. And that is all for the code. It is relatively simple, and anybody with a basic knowledge of Python can achieve it. So that's the code. I'll show you the one in PyCharm just for a reference, and I'll run it in PyCharm one last time. So here's the code for reference in PyCharm. Alright, so I'll run it one last time, and we'll use the exponential value. So let's say 76 raised to 0.98. And the answer is 69.69430, etc. Alright, that's it for this video. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and leave a like. See you guys in the next video.